What's going on, guys? WeBull Gains here, and today I got some great news for you, as well as two option calls that I think you should follow through. Remember, before we get started in this video, I am not a financial advisor. I'm not liable for any losses you may incur from my advice, but as always, take my opinions with a grain of salt, and I could be right, I could be wrong. Alright, let's get started. Today, has turned out to be a nice day. If you've seen the last video, we were up on a crazy gain of almost $700. Orcl, I had that contract, the second one you see right here. I've had it for about a couple days now, and it's 24 contracts. So when this thing moves up like 20 cents, this thing's up $400. So I'm going to be talking about why you should be buying Orcl contracts and MGM contracts right now, especially since today has been a sell-off period. Now, at the time of uploading this video, I wanted to really bring this video out as soon as possible to anybody that might see this video, because right now around 12 o'clock, I normally upload, after the market has closed, or after hours, to sum up my trading day. But I really felt like today I needed to get these trades out there because they're definitely going to increase in value either opening market or in the next couple days. Now, getting started with just the entire stock market. So Jerome Powell today, he gave a speech, and when our daddy Powell here gives speeches, that usually can be reflected in the market. So as you see, even like European stocks, they like slip as people are waiting for Powell for his words. But from what we've gotten from Powell is essentially, let's go ahead and take a look here, anticipating Powell's thoughts. There's a lot of that sentiment because they're not sure on what Powell is saying, but Jerome Powell is always a long-term minded guy, so I would definitely keep out for this speech. And the reason I'm saying to keep out is, whether the market has a greater sell-off or bullish or bearish trend, it really depends on what he says. And he is the federal chair, right? He's a chairman, so he is what a lot of investors are going to look towards in terms of predicting how the economy will look like. So look out for speech, look out for any articles that might be pointing to a bullish or bearish idea. And yeah, that's Jerome Powell moving forth. Next, we got our MGM. This is the newest call I just bought, and it is up a fat money gain. I think it was up 100, and just in a couple minutes, I think it's dropped down to 80. Yeah. So we basically here have bought the MGM 30 strike August 21st, what am I saying? We bought 4 contracts of this call, basically. Reason I'm doing so is today was a pretty big sell-off, and I am trying to capitalize on this lower premium price right now to capitalize and hopefully see that it increases. And as you know, it's worked in my favor so far. We bought this in at $86 per contract, and it's now up to 1.04, roughly within 2 cents of this up or down. So reason I'm thinking this is going to be a pretty nice gain for me is because MGM is going to open more Vegas casinos like Mandalay Bay and Aria by July 1st. Now, July 1st, right? So I don't really think it's a smart idea. Why I see people doing 619 and 624 calls, I get you, yeah, it's cool. Do it within a week or 2 weeks. I've done it before, certainly with some of these, the next call that I'm about to show you with Orcl. But for MGM, I think this stock in general is showing a V-shaped recovery. If I show you in about maybe a year to date, or even a year, this sharp decline was all because of the beer bug virus, and it generally trends around $29 to $32. And I can see a V-shaped recovery happening, hopefully, within August time frame and July if you want to get peak value. So if you're holding contracts like the June 19th and 24th calls, you're not going to be capitalizing on anything from the late July to August time period, which would be really nice, because imagine if the stock goes from 21 to 33, this stock that the call I just bought at 86, oh boy, it's gonna be worth a lot, and this could completely change this from like a semi-profitable contract to we're making potentially 2K. So definitely keep an eye on that contract. I would advise you guys to buy it in right now if you're watching. Wait for it to dip a little. So there's always those mini sell-offs. Buy in at a price that suits you, and then hopefully by market tomorrow we see a bullish uptake, and I'm hoping Jerome Powell's speech is also positive. And yeah, that's MGM for now. Orcl. This is a contract you may have seen circulate in certain threads. I don't know if anybody's been talking about it, but certainly has not been talked about. So before people jump the FOMO bandwagon of buying into this, I'm trying to deliver this contract to you now, because right now I think this has a potential to go from $22. Is this $22? Okay, $23 per contract. To maybe $2.50 per contract. And what a steal would it be if we see this $5 right up, right? So let me just go and get Daddy Jerome and MGM out of the way and show you Orcl. So we're getting some articles on Orcl. I don't really try. You can look at the statistics. They do say buy, but you also need to see investor sentiment. And now that Yahoo and some financial news articles, where did that go? Now that they've released some reports on it, I'm sorry, I'm just getting sidetracked because I'm trying to find out where that article went. You want to give me it? Okay, I don't know why it's not pulling up. Just try to see this, but this is going with my ideology. The earnings are expected to grow, and when there is good news around earnings, definitely pre-earnings. I don't want to hold this till the actual earnings date, because you can see a lot of pump and dump, and that can be bad for stocks. Options. I don't know why my words are off today, but yeah, you could see a lot of pump and dumps that could affect option values. And on top of that, you don't want your IV to get crushed. IV is implied volatility, and that typically can happen after earnings or new highs. So definitely ride this up till ride it up to earnings are coming out, I believe 6/18. Let me make sure I'm getting the juicy details for you. Earnings are expected 16th. Good thing I checked. So that is next Tuesday. So I would definitely check around Friday or Monday. Definitely you got to get rid of it Monday for some profit. Don't get greedy, I'm telling you. It's going to crush you like a bus if you're going to hold this. I mean, you might get lucky. You might actually see some profit, but in the long run, guys, take your profits even if they're a decent gain, and don't get crushed. I've had that happen to me many times, and you got to play the game smart, not greedy. So that said, this is still a great price to buy at. Even $30, if this goes up for you, 30 to 40, this is still a gain. Keep in mind this contract expires next week, so definitely play your cards right. Buy into this if you can. The more contracts you obviously are buying, the higher the gains. So I'm just hoping these work out in my favor. So far, you're going to see the number here that I am at is lower, but that is because Orcl did sell off, and we did predict that in our previous videos that MGM, Orcl, and a lot of companies are just going to sell off due to the crazy bullish trend we had the last couple of days. So I did go from 1.6 or 5 to 1.2, so I've made it up to almost 1.4 now. That's cool, but you shouldn't be worrying about this value. You should be making sure that you're making smart trades. With that said, Moderna has not seen much change. It almost seems like resistance is at $58. Inovio, we've seen a little bit of bullish trend. I'll go ahead and pull up some indicators and maps for you. I have so much watch list stuff, it's so disorganized, but let's see what Inovio is showing. We're not showing a bullish trend just yet. As you see, we did see some hard to predict momentum here. We're teetering under and over the average, which means the sentiment is about neutral. There isn't a strong bullish trend, there isn't a strong neutral. So this is why a lot of people are pricing hold. That's what I would stick with. I would not buy at this stage. If you want to buy, maybe wait for another dip. But Inovio is still a kind of 50-50 stock now that it's not made into the top 5 of the coronavirus, beer virus finalists. So if you need to buy a biotech stock right now, focus on Moderna. Whether you're pumping and dumping, whether you're holding long term, thinking they will get it right, just play this stock smart. Wouldn't buy in right now. People do say to buy in right now. Don't trust analysts, okay? Do your own due diligence. I'm sorry, guys. Roast me for my phonetic problems, but I'm still going there providing you info. All right. So Moderna. Right now I'm working with a moving average of 5 days and a VWAP. I mainly look to see if the stock is up above the VWAP or below. And so far, I'm just going to remove this EMA line so I can see. We are almost in the same position as Inovio, just on a little bigger scale. So we're seeing here overall, we have been seeing a dip up and down, and we did see a brief up, but as you see, when it does cross over the VWAP, it quickly drops, and that means there's resistances. I'm trying to see if they are higher highs and higher lows, but as you see, it's just, we're looking at kind of a head and shoulders effect, kind of. You can see this by this being the shoulder, the head, the shoulder, and this normally is what would complete the shoulder. So we're not entirely following this type of head and shoulders graph. So in that sense, there is some bullish sentiment here. If I can draw, I love drawing now, but big man's, that wasn't even accurate, but if we're gonna, I ain't gonna, we gotta do the good drawings, okay? My God. Okay. So that is a trend line right now, and if I just expand this a little more here, we ideally want to see this stock, like I've said, trending from 70 to 75. That is a target. The safety net right now is anywhere from 65 to 70, and I still think that makes sense based on where we are right now. We've been teetering around 60. I'm not surprised if we do see a gain up. Now, bada bing, bada bang. The area to look is going to be in this box right here. Okay, come on, WeBull. Yeah, this is going to be the area to focus on maybe next week. See if you can buy in potentially tomorrow. See if this dips, like buy at the lows here, and see if you can get into this range next week. That would be nice. I'm not guaranteeing this will happen next week, but I have a statistical feeling this could be possible with, even the race with the coronavirus. Oh my God, beer virus. I'm gonna get demonetized. Dang it. Okay, now that I've recollected my composure, look for that as a target from Moderna, and you should be fine. Otherwise, right now, guys, focus on these two trades. If you're in the biotech sector, I'm Moderna, not Inovio. Inovio is a strong hold. If you've got positions, just hold. Don't sell. Don't panic. You're good. But yeah, keep these on your priority. Look into it. See if you're comfortable. And yeah, I will update you tomorrow. Let's hope that we open up strong, get some fat gains. And yeah, guys, WeBull Gains signing out.